Hey folks, McFarland here, the Lake Fork Guide. Going to give you a Lake Fork rundown for July 15th and 16th. Let's go to the board. Yesterday, I had a sonar class, so we did not fish, but I did keep some statistics. I kept the lake level for you. I probably could have had water temperature yesterday morning, but again, I was doing a sonar training class on the water training. What am I seeing? And I just I really put that out of my mind. So the only thing I have for yesterday was the water level, 402.60. The water level today, 402.57. For the last 4 days, you can see that we're literally going down like 0.3 of an inch or so a day, per day. So it's not much. It is dropping, but overall, it's quite stable. Okay. Visibility, about 1 to 2 foot visibility. Main lake oriented, okay? Up in the arms, up in the fingers, you're going to find some different colors in different places. Water temperature, this morning, 84.3, 85.6 when we finished. Again, only half a day. By nightfall, this evening, that's probably going to be more up in the 80s, 88, 89 degrees. So everything's kind of funneling in, a little cooler than normal still, but very stable, good visibility, good water temperature. And folks, the fishing is awesome. All right. The fishing is so good that this morning I had two gentlemen, Scott and his best friend, and they opted to stop an hour early. Go in an hour early. They had seen enough and caught enough in preparation for the mega bass, which, by the way, is going to happen, that they quit an hour early. They let me go in an hour early and paid me in full. Thank you, Scott. It was an awesome morning. We caught everything from cookie cutters to money unders, which is a fish under 16 inches, to a pretty big slot fish that got a hold of Scott pretty good, didn't it? So fishing is great, folks. Don't let other reports fool you. Okay, there's still a lot of fish being caught shallow. In fact, this tournament can probably be won in many different ways. You might catch an over on a frog early in the morning, first thing, or you may catch it in a football jig in 30 feet of water at 2 in the afternoon. So parameters are wide. Folks, what I'm doing is I'm fishing wind-blown shell beds and structure, hard bottom structure. I'm really keen in on the shell beds, all right? You got the hard bottom structure area. In that hard bottom area, within the hard bottom, you have shell beds. That's more like the feeder, the deer feeder spot. That's where the plankton's high. That's where the shad is. That's the little feeding spot. Have you ever been in the back of a creek and you've seen a ball of shad and the bass have to come attack that ball? That's the feeding location. It's the exact same thing, but down deep, okay? So that's where the bait is, and the bass come and harass the bait in that shell bed. I promise you, shell beds in 14 to 18 feet of water are the ticket, all right? We slaughtered them this morning. Back-to-back bites, good fish, the same thing I did last Tuesday. Exact same stuff, all right? The only thing that's different, I want to make sure that I share this with you very clearly, is the fish are weird this year. For example, Tuesday, they ate the football jig, the Santone 3/4 ounce football jig, JC Spicy Craw, green pumpkin trailer. Doesn't matter whether it's a rage craw or not. You just want to have those claws, those popping claws. It could be a pocket craw, really good. Net baits, pocket craw, green pumpkin. But 3/4 ounce Santone football jig. They ate the tar out of this on Tuesday. The fish kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. All right. This morning, they wouldn't touch it. That's right. Not one fish. Now, I think one small fish came on the Santone football jig. What did they eat today? The Santone shaky head, the worm, the Magnum trick worm and African special. All right, that was on fire this morning. Back to back, day to day, it's so different. Make sure that you have some variables back and forth between a big worm, even a big worm Texas rigged, okay? A jig, a big worm, shaky head, a big worm Texas rig. And here's the final deal for this tournament. It is going to take a big over to win the overall big prize, first place. It won't be one with an under, but there will be some hourly money won with unders. And when these fish get really finicky, I go to a sand tone finesse jig, okay? I tip this with the Rage Chunk. All right, this is bass candy color with a falcon craw Rage Chunk. It's a much, much smaller profile, but yet it's still a jig. You can see the difference in profile. Okay, when they get finicky, don't forget to throw that finesse jig on them. It can be all the difference that you're looking for. All right, so that's the 3 baits of choice right now. Again, you can catch them on a frog early in the morning if you have the right place to start. And in fact, some of the offshore stuff where I'm fishing have a top water, have a walking saltwater spook or something, because they actually surface from time to time. Most of them are just schoolers, but you can get some pretty good unders. A money under can come from those schools. Also, either Wild Eye, Storm, swim bait. This right here can be really, really good for those open water schoolers. When you see them busting out there, most of the time it's white bass and yellow bass, but there are largemouths mixed in. Throwing this and reeling it really fast through that mess and that mayhem, that can really get you bit as well. All right, so folks, the Mega Bass is going to happen July 19th. That's this Sunday. Bass Champs and the Mega Bass. Love to see you out there. I'm Mike McFarland, giving you a Lake Fork rundown for July 15th and July 16th. I really appreciate you all watching. Have any comments, please list them below. Those of you that have been commenting, thank you so much. Thank you for all the questions. Thank you for all of the thankful comments. I appreciate you watching more than you know. So I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Guide, getting it done. We catching fish. So thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. I might do another rundown. Thanks.